All right, welcome to the FeedBak podcast. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Back. This is episode, I don't even know, 229, 230. I always forget. Anyway, we're here live at the Hilton in Houston, here for Skankfest 2021. Skankfest South. Holy shit. This is day 4. I'm tired as fuck. And we got in the building, on the terrace, we got Aaron Cheatham from the Gray Area Podcast.
I hate that every time I'm on this show, you don't remember what number it is. But whenever I watch your shit and you got the white people on, oh, this is episode 212.
Oh, really? Because it's the white thing.
212.
No, because I look
show
it
up and you're like, I don't even know what we doing. How you doing, dog?
I looked it up right before. I mean, I haven't recorded in a couple of weeks. Like I did the whole, hey, let's throw an old one. I threw the Godfrey on.
Yeah.
That I recorded like 5 years ago. That was the last episode. So this has been a while since I recorded. And this is nice. We're out here at the Hilton Hotel. And yeah, loving Skanfest. How you?
I still got my morning voice a little bit right now.
Shut up! You don't sound sexy.
It's not as deep as it was a minute ago, but I had that sexy morning growl. Let's go
my
away.
name is Aaron Cheatham.
In a minute, I'm gonna go from Stefan to Steve. But I'm gonna revel in this moment of having this little bit of Barry White in me right now.
It's not even one yet. But anyway. How you loving Skankfest? First of all, congratulations, because you on the lineup.
Yeah, this has been dope, man. Skankfest has been dope.
Did you send a submission, or they just picked you?
I am not free to disclose how I was selected for this thing.
Whose dick did you suck, Lewis?
It's not whose, it's how many.
Oh, you got Big J, you got Dave, you got everybody else. You got the whole Skanks.
No,
Skanks.
Here's the thing. I lied. It's not about the number of dicks you suck. It's you have to suck the right dick.
That is true.
And this is a metaphorical dick because this is 2021. So let's not assume that it was a dick that had to be sucked.
Too late. We're gonna isolate that.
No.
And this is gonna be.
Maybe
I'm gonna make that the clip for Instagram. You gotta suck a lot of dicks to go to Skank.
Maybe I had to suck a female dick. So don't be. You gotta be equal opportunity.
Whatever
here.
makes you happy with your morning voice.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
Step up to that female dick and be like, hey.
Hey, and then she goes, hey.
You gonna put that in my mouth?
So what was your first impression, honestly?
Look, so I've been to a few festivals, right?
Sure.
And one of the things that I like about this one is that everything is right there at Secret Group, right?
Yeah, same place.
And it's all isolated within the fence. Like other festivals I've done, there's a venue here, and then there's a venue like 10 minutes away. Then there's another venue.
We're looking at you, Moon Tower.
Right.
I can say that.
Right. But the fact is, like, they've got, 5 stages all in this one location.
Yeah.
So once we get to Skankfest, we don't have to leave Skankfest. Like, we can stay, like, everything we need to do is right there. So it's like, if I want to catch, Miss Pat, I don't have to hop in the car and race through traffic to try to get to that venue to see Miss Pat. She's literally on the other side of this wall.
Yep.
Or I just have to walk out and walk around the backside to the tent, and I can go watch Gilbert Gottfried. That is my favorite part of it, is that everything is isolated right there. And there might be other festivals that do this, but this is the first one that I've experienced where everything is at that singular location. And I think that's been like no shit. It's like that's the highlight, is that we don't have to travel. Once you get here, you can park your car.
Yeah, and
you're there for the rest of the day. You don't have to worry about nothing.
And the Hilton Hotel is literally 2 blocks away.
Right.
From the place. So this is, let's see what struck. First of all, shout out to Louis J. Gomez for putting this thing. I think it's the 5th one. They had smaller ones before, and then there was the big one in New York 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I bought this ticket. Actually, I didn't. My girl at the time bought me this ticket last year.
Shout out girl at the time.
Shout out girl at the time.
Yeah. Shout
out Marcy. And then that was my birthday present because it was going to be in March. And then I was like, oh shit, they're postponing it. I hope my ticket still works, because I keep saying, hey, you can buy your tickets. I'm like, wait, what if mine doesn't work? So I was worried about that at first.
Right.
That would show up. And the thing that struck me, no, I can't say that it struck me, is that I know the demographic that listens to Legion of Skanks.
Right.
and it's a lot of white dudes wearing black, a lot of beards, a lot of black shirts.
I don't normally sit like this, but I got my sheath underwear
Why,
on. That
why
I
you gotta
from,
put the cameras right into your crotch right now?
I
man?
got this. I got my sheath drawers on, and I'm feeling like yo, I can sit anyway. I'm mad comfortable in these drawers that I got.
Can you stop with this sexy shit?
I wasn't even trying to be sexy,
No,
so thank you for letting me know that it's working.
It's called Skankfest, but he's embraced the whole thing. Even the way he sits is skanky.
Hey, you know what? And I'm wasting it on your ass. I should be.
You wasting on the people watching right now. I'm not watching this.
I should be sitting with my leg in the air in front of a bunch of skanks right now. But instead, I'm sitting on the rooftop terrace of the Hilton downtown Houston with my leg in the air.
With me.
With you. You want to put it in my mouth?
No, okay, stop. Did I tell you a comedian tried to fuck me last night?
Shut up.
Like a dude. A male comedian.
Yeah?
That's bi, apparently. I'm not going to say who, because the guy's funny. I like him as a comic.
You ain't got to out nobody.
No, but he was like, yo, back, you ever you ever gone gay? I'm like, I'm not gay, dude. He's like, oh, you haven't tried it? I'm like, no, I don't, no desire to. You're funny, but no, it's not happening.
Oh, but when are you ever going to have the opportunity?
I'm not going to have the opportunity.
Again,
I don't want the opportunity.
To
I
be
really
a
don't.
bottom.
What? Why would I be a bottom, first of all? Well,
he's asking because you're being invited.
Yeah,
so I don't know how it works, but I assume if
and
you're
he's tall
invited,
too, so.
Yeah, if you're invited to come, then you got to be the bottom, I think.
Yeah, but no, it's not happening. It's not happening. He insisted twice.
From a world-renowned comedian.
World-renowned, I wouldn't go that far. He's funny. I don't know about world-renowned. He's very funny.
I'm just saying, you're at Skankfest. Live a little.
Yeah, but not like that.
live a little. I got on new drawers and shit. Like, live a little.
Yeah, I'm not trying to put my crotch out in the air.
I got my legs in the air like Trick Daddy.
Okay, stop putting the leg in the air.
Like Trick Daddy.
All right, back to the festival. I'm trying to run the show here. This motherfucker's talking about his crush and his sexy voice. But yeah, I'd never been around so many white dudes.
What? Really? You went to college with a bunch of white dudes?
No, there were white girls too. I'm talking about straight. I'm talking about all white dudes, like per square foot. That was crazy.
Right.
It looks like a Trump rally when, like, from the out. If you stand in the back.
No, not those white people. Those are not the Trump whites.
No, I know they're not.
Those are not the Trump whites.
I know, but you know what? I'll give them props because they are true comedy fans.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they notice. I didn't see a single person like either pull out their phones or heckle. I see some hecklers, but nothing like over the top like you would see at any regular comedy club.
Right.
So these are motherfuckers who know comedy, who respect comedy, who are true fans.
They travel for this shit.
Yeah.
For the most part, a lot of these people travel. Why would you travel to be a dick? You know, they can't, like, they made
dicks
plans.
travel, man. I gotta say, dicks travel. They made plans for them. Dicks do travel.
Oh man, I had to check myself. I almost said something about last night. About one of the shows last night. I had to.
What?
I can't. You know, there's some things you just can't talk about.
Live a little, isn't that what you just said 5 minutes ago?
Yeah, but there's some things you just can't talk. I'll tell you.
You got traveling dicks? Is that what you said?
Oh, I got a traveling dick.
Well, okay, but did the traveling dick happen to have a layover?
No. I told you this is about a show.
Oh.
So,
you got heckled?
No.
You're not going to say anything?
I can't say anything.
Why?
That's the thing.
This Skankfest, I mean, you can't say.
No, this is the one thing you can't say anything about. There's one thing that you can't say anything about, and I almost said something about it, and I caught myself, and I was like, oop.
I hate when you do that, man.
And here's the thing. I thought you... So did you go... What shows did you go to last night?
I don't remember. I went to a lot. Because the box is a continuous, so there's the box, the warehouse.
Where were you at midnight last night?
At midnight? I think I was in the box. The box venue, I think.
So you weren't at the big show with everybody else?
What big show?
The roast show at midnight.
The nude one?
See.
Oh, no, I couldn't get in that one.
Okay.
So you did see it?
Yes.
Oh, and it was really nude? Naked roast? We couldn't get in. It was packed.
It was a very good show. It was.
Did everybody have to sign an agreement to be in that
I
room?
don't know about anything of the sort, right? What I'm saying is,
That's where you saw Traveling Dicks.
it was a really good show. Really good show.
You ain't giving me shit.
No, I told you. I opened the door that I didn't mean to verbally, and I had to stop, pull
All
it
right,
back.
all right.
And then and then here you go, being Jim Rome, trying to pry the shit out of me.
I'm trying because. Okay, never mind. I'll leave it alone.
Let me ask you something.
Uh-huh.
So I know what this and I guess we'll get into this part later, but I know what like my experience has been at Skankfest as an artist.
Yeah.
From a fan's perspective or an audience member perspective, as a person that bought the all access pass for all 3 days, what has your experience been?
It's been dope.
What did you expect when you got here?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know because one thing, there were a lot of comics. Most of the comics on the lineup. By the way, this is probably one of the best lineups I've ever seen.
It's stacked.
Seriously. I know some people dropped out. I know like Andrew Schultz was on the lineup at one point. Sean Patton was on the lineup. Didn't make it, but that's fine. I mean, there was a lot of comics that I wanted to see, and I also wanted to discover new ones. And I didn't, because I know this was a comedy fan festival put together by comics, it was going to be very loose.
Yeah.
As in, what I love about comedy festivals, at least, I mean, the one, Moon Tower is my reference, right? So Moon Tower is very, I would say, regimented, very like, okay, there's this show here, there's the Paramount, there's the headliners, and so on. This was very loose because, again, it was at the same spot, but I always love to hang out with comics.
Yeah.
And there were some comics that were on this bill. Like I got to hang out with Brett Ernst, Paul Verzi.
Brett's the man, by the way.
Brett is dope.
If y'all aren't up on Brett Ernst, like
check him out. He's not just Cobra Kai. The man's funny.
He's not just as a comedian. He's a fucking great comedian, but like as a dude, if you ask anybody about Brett Ernst, it's always the same response. Such a fucking cool dude. I love that guy.
So laid back.
Love
First
Brett
night,
Ernst, man. That's my dude.
The first night I was high, he was drunk, and we talked in the lobby till 4 a.m. Where like Ari Shafir, at one point, who was Jim Florentine was with us. So just to me, like, I've always loved to hang out with comics. I do that Moon Tower, but this was on another level. And I have a lot of access pass, but I'm hanging out with comics. I end up in the green room, and I don't assume.
You're welcome.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Chaperone. I
You're calling me Jeffrey and shit.
Yeah, it's like, come get me, man.
Jeeves, to the green room.
Jeeves. Alfred, Pep. We need to go.
Yes, master.
No, but it was fine and I got to talk to and meet, and it's only inspiring to me.
Yeah.
When I get to hang out, when I get to see, I take it like a master class. And a lot of people that I know here, even like Austin Comics, they're like, hey, are you going on stage? I'm like, no. I'm a fan. I came here. I'm a fan first. And I don't think there's a comic in here that's not a fan first. And seeing people like Eddie Pepitone and Gilbert Gottfried and Doug Stanhope get on stage and not be like, holy shit, this is dope.
Yeah.
So to me, I'm not being a fanboy about it, but it's like just being in that energy. I love it. We're on day 4, running on like 4 hours of sleep, 4 or 5 hours of sleep. And yeah, I'm loving it, man.
Nice. That is good to hear. Is there so far, do you have a favorite performance that you've seen in these first 3 days? Since you've seen a lot of shows.
I've seen maybe 30 comics so far. The one I'd never seen Gilbert.
Right.
And he was funny as fuck.
Yeah.
I couldn't, the like I said, it is a master class when you see these guys on stage.
Yes.
Gilbert, Doug Stanhope, who I hadn't seen in years. Doug used to come to Austin a lot.
Yep.
And then he got banned from Cap City. Some shit happened. I don't know what happened. But he hadn't been in Austin in years. Last time I saw him, I don't even remember. It was at Emo's. No, it was at Red 7, the old Creek in the Cave, where Creek in the Cave was.
Yeah.
That's where it was years ago. But seeing I would say Doug and Gilbert are the two that I was really looking forward to seeing. I just saw Bobby Kelly not long ago in Round Rock. Paul Verzi was in Austin. Brett was in Austin, like within the past few months. But yeah, man, it's just being around that energy. I fucking love it, and it really like I write and I think of jokes as I see other comics.
Facts, yeah.
I don't go home and I gotta write a joke. It's like I think about it and then I just take my phone out and then write something down.
Yeah.
It's very inspiring. I love it.
That, I tell you what, when we saw Miss Pat on Friday night in the box,
Yeah.
for me that was like a master class. Because I had already performed in the box that day.
Yeah.
And then, like, first of all, like, there was like 3 times as many people in there when she went up, right?
Yep.
Than when I went up. But I just did that room, and to watch her in that same space, work that crowd, and like just her do her thing, man, it was electric in there. Like the energy when in that room was palpable, and to watch her work that crowd and do what she did, it was like, yo, this. So I'll tell you, sir, I did in 2019 I did the Whiskey Bear Festival, Whiskey Bear Comedy Festival in Columbus, Ohio. I did a few festivals that year, right? And but this one stands out because, like, I could tell clearly there were you get to a point like in the game where it's like you've been doing it and you feel like, you know, I've reached a certain level, like in your talent, right?
Sure.
You know, I'm leveled up to level whatever, right?
Yeah.
And it gets a little stale, maybe a little stagnant as you're like trying to grow, and then you get to see people that are a little bit better than you, like the next level up. You get to see that, and it's like that's what that looks like, right? So I'm at Whiskey Bear in 2019, and that was like the first time in a long time that like I was surrounded by people that like were my equals, but then there was clearly like another level. And I'm not talking like, you know, I've seen big names come through and perform,
Sure.
and you're like, yeah, that's a level, but like that's
you're looking at the notch right above.
Yeah, or just a few, like something that's attainable, and it's like,
right.
And it was like, man, it was like to see that in 2019 and learn from that experience, watching some cats from Michigan and Ohio, you know, work the craft, and I was like, all right, cool, that's what the next level looks like. That's what I need to strive for. Now I know what I need to strive for. I need to tighten up in these areas. Fast forward to, you know, Friday, where we're watching Miss Pat, and I'm like, and it's like, okay, it's one thing to see somebody on TV. It's another thing to be 20 feet away from them while they're doing it, feeling the energy and seeing how they manipulate the crowd and whatnot, and seeing that level that close, right? It's not like I'm sitting in a 500-seat theater or a fucking auditorium watching a big name perform.
Right.
Like, I'm watching this person work.
And really control the crowd.
Yeah. And so it was like, it's like I'm not that level. I know I'm not that level, but I get to see it, and it's like I was able to pick things up like, okay, like, and I'm sitting there taking notes in my head, not like you're taking notes about, you know, you're writing jokes while people are on stage, and I'm looking at it and I'm like, okay, look at, you know, I'm looking at different things.
Performance-wise,
yeah,
you know, crowd, you know, stage presence, that kind of shit.
Yeah, just like, you know, the pauses, the timing, the rhythm.
Yep.
Stuff like that.
Yeah, all of that.
And so I'm looking at all that stuff, right? And I'm just like, okay, like this is dope. This is dope right now. And I felt like that I've got work. I know I need to work, but that's what that looks like. This is what it feels like. I'm a feel person.
Yeah.
This is what it feels like when you do it like this. This is how the crowd reacts when you do it like this. And I'm sitting there going, okay, this is that feeling. This is what I need to work towards, is creating this.
Yep.
You know, whatever my version of this is, you know, however I evolve, like that's like, okay, this is what it feels like though. Now that I know the feeling of that, now let's go out there and let's try to create that. And that was something that for me, sometimes it's hard to create things that I don't see.
Yeah, it makes sense. And you can't get that on TV.
Right, exactly.
You have to be there to experience it.
So that's been the dopest thing.
It's electric. But I was also, you know, I would say about half of the people on the lineup I've seen already. But I was looking forward to seeing other comics that maybe I just knew by name. And I wonder, especially when I walked up the first day and I saw all these dudes, and I'm like, okay, there is some female comics. I wonder how they're gonna, you know, how they're gonna fare in front of all these guys. And no one disappointed. I didn't expect them to do bad at all. But I was like,
those chicks are here because
exactly
they know what they're doing.
Exactly. So I want to shout out I saw Corinne Fisher fucking kill, Christina Hutchinson, Abby, Rosenquist, Karen last night was killing it.
Did she?
Yeah, she was drunk as fuck, but she actually did. She did pretty well.
Did she?
Yeah.
Okay.
She did really well. I saw Ariane Appalucci.
I was actually wondering how she did because she was like on the verge of I don't know if I want to do this.
Yeah, but she did. She pulled it off.
Okay.
She actually pulled it off. I wasn't sure either.
No, because she was done.
I know, but
at like 10, she was done. She was way done.
Look, everybody. I haven't seen anybody.
Her and Meghan Markle were done.
Oh yeah, Meghan Markle.
Mad done.
Dude, we have to talk about. So I did a social experiment yesterday.
So did I.
Okay, my social experiment was, I go to there was a girl doing the face tattoo.
Okay.
I mean face painting, right?
Yes.
Doug Stanhope goes up and gets a dick on his forehead, and I'm like, I'm gonna do Wu-Tang. I'm gonna put a Wu-Tang logo on my cheek.
Which you did.
Which I did.
Which you did.
The girl who did it didn't know who Wu-Tang was. Black girl.
What?
A black girl didn't know what that logo was.
In Houston?
Yeah. I don't know if she's from Houston or not, but she didn't know. I had to Google the Wu-Tang logo, put it in my lap for her to replicate on my cheek. She didn't know who Wu-Tang was. And I said, "You know who Method Man is?" And she said, "Oh yeah." I'm like, "Well, yeah, that's Wu-Tang. You should listen to something." So my social experiment was I was walking around with my Wu-Tang logo on my cheek and see who was going to recognize it. 2 people. One guy walked up to me and he said, "Yo, Wu-Tang, man, forever." And then he actually had a Wu-Tang logo on his calf, tattooed.
Are
like
you
a real
sure
one.
that maybe she just didn't do so bad of a job? Like maybe she just did such a bad job.
No, it was actually pretty good. It was actually, come on, it was recognizable. It was, you didn't have to.
I mean, I knew what it was, but
what did Karen say was, Wu-Tang forever.
Wu-Tang is for life.
Wu-Tang is for life.
Wu-Tang is for life.
Somebody told me it was this. I'll put Corinne on blast because she told me, "Oh yeah, that's some superhero like Marvel shit," and I'm like, "No, it's not. No, it's not. It's Wu-Tang."
You know
so
what?
it worked. Nobody knew.
I'm not.
But 2 people.
I'm not surprised by that because I ran a social experiment similar to that last year. And I was working at a bullshit job during the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking about the thong song one day.
Yeah.
And this kid, I say kid, he was in his 20s, didn't know the thong song. And I was like, how do you not know the thong song?
Uh-huh.
And he was like, I don't know, man. Like, when did it come out? I was like fucking 2000. Like, how do you not know?
He wasn't born yet, was he?
The thong song, still, fuck, no. You should know the thong song. So then,
Look, kid, there was a thong song back in.
So then I went around and I asked like 10 people in their 20s
Mm-hmm.
if they had ever heard the thong song. And only 1 out of the 10 had ever, he was like, "Oh, you mean that old song?" And I was like, "Fuck you, first of all." Okay. Fuck you, first of all.
We're old uncles here, just
yeah. So
you don't know the thong song of the Wu-Tang Clan?
It was just like, how do you not know that was the biggest song in the world for like for a minute, and it's still played pretty often.
They know back that ass up, but they don't know thong song.
Right. I mean, they were same time.
Yeah, that's true.
So that blew my mind that like, it was like there's shitty parents out there who aren't teaching their kids about the thong song. That blew my mind. Like, what are you doing with your life? You've ruined these children. How do they not know the fucking thongs? I had a group of 10, 20-something-year-olds in a circle around me while we watched the thong song. You're going to watch this shit. And then they were all like, "Oh, I can see how that was a good song." No, it is a good song. They're like, "Yeah, maybe back then." But like now they're decent. Like the thongs, that was revolutionary. We talking about thongs right now?
It wouldn't work.
Yeah, now there's like thong. Nigga, I got on OnlyFans.
Exactly. The
What you
thong song you can watch for free not for free. You have to pay to see a thong song.
It's like, ugh.
But I had a weird experience. I think it was the first night because I was in the box. And by the way, the box is the inside venue. It gets hot as fuck in there.
Yes, it does.
And we're all packed. And I'm standing by, like in the back, by the camera.
Mm-hmm.
And so behind me is this dude, this white guy with a huge belly. So my head is right by his belly. And I'm just standing there. And most people were standing in the box because it gets crowded, and there's only like what 10 chairs.
Mm-hmm.
And these two girls walk up and they post up right in front of me. When I mean right in front of me, there was a tall bitch and smaller bitch, and the tall one was right in my line of sight, so I couldn't see shit. And the whole time they're laughing, and as they're laughing, they're backing a little bit. So I'm stuck between these two lesbians and this
Between the ass and the belly?
Yeah.
not a rock and a hard place. Between the ass and the belly.
ass and the belly. And I was stuck. And I didn't want to be like, hey, can you move up a little bit or whatever? Because in my mind, I mean, I'm like, oh, maybe they'll turn around and acknowledge the fact that there's somebody behind them. And they kept backing up to one point. I actually
toss the salad.
No, I tilt.
You toss the salad.
I turned around and lick his belly button. That's what I did.
Oh man, you should have went to the salad. You should have went to the salad. You should have been eating groceries. Goddamn it.
Oh man, but that was weird. Cause first of all, I was high, and just standing around for so long, my lower back was killing me, and I'm like, I want to see the show, but I don't want to be that dude, especially when there's not that many black people around.
Right.
There's maybe like 5 that are non-comics. I counted 5 so far, the entire festival. So
I can believe that.
So Paul Verzi's on stage, and he makes a joke about the audience being all white and stuff. And I was on the side. He had given me his phone, and I was just shooting some pictures and stuff for him. And he goes, yeah, there's not a lot of like, oh, there's one. And he points at me, and I just wave at the crowd, and all the white people turn around and wave back at me. I was in the front. I was in front of the stage, to the right at the tent.
Yeah.
And I just wave at all the white folks. They all wave back, hey, nigga, what's up? And Paul goes, yeah, and that's my friend.
That's
so
hilarious.
yeah, it was weird. I gotta say, there's a lot of, because I had just watched that Woodstock '99 documentary.
Yeah, I saw that shit too.
Yeah, how white dudes just get angry for no reason.
Oh, so like Friday night when they were out there playing, like they had that band out there and they were basically playing the greatest hits of Woodstock '99. I was like, oh, they're about to act the ass tonight. I saw a dude crowd surfing to
really,
yeah, to I think it was like Blink 182, like they were playing or something. But like a dude was crowd surfing, and then they started playing some Offspring, and then they started a fucking mosh pit at the front, and I was just like, oh, you guys are really trying to recreate fucking Woodstock. If a bald black guy walks up there and starts doing DMX in overalls, I'm out.
If it says my niggas, and everybody goes, my niggas.
This is that crowd.
Yeah,
they would not hesitate. They would not hesitate.
Well, I don't know, because last night that first that first room where you get your badge,
yeah,
they were playing hip hop.
They were.
And because I've been craving, there's a lot of rock and roll, a lot of dudes with like AC/DC shirts and with like bald head beards. When they wear that hat and they put the sunglasses on the hat,
yeah,
or like backwards and stuff.
The backwards sunglasses guys.
Yeah, those dudes. They love hip hop, but they're saying the N-word in the car.
They love Ludacris.
Yeah,
they love Ludacris. The rest of that hippity hoppity stuff.
No, you.
But that Ludacris, let me tell you, I wanna lick you till you're. They love that.
I tell you what, some of these motherfuckers know all the words to Gin and Juice.
Oh well, yeah.
Yeah, but so
that's like, but next to the national anthem, that's like the most American song, right? Like
that, and Still Tipping, because we're in
Houston, yeah.
And so last night they started playing hip hop in that room, and just saw him and I'm the only nigga in there. And I'm like, I'm rapping along, and then these guys are just pointing at me like, yo, I love this shit, man. And I'm like, yeah, you keep dancing. It was so awkward.
I walked in there last night, and they were playing Sipping on Some Scissor. And,
yeah.
And as soon as I walked in, I was like, oh, shit, it's on. I was fucking singing along and shit.
Yeah.
And I, too, was under the influence by that time, because before I performed, I didn't do anything. But then once I got off stage.
Oh, you went all out?
Yeah.
You would just disappear. Seriously, at one point
that was my social experiment.
I know. You just disappear on people.
Well, yeah, because me and Meghan Markle tried to have a serious conversation, and I was like, oh, this bitch is really trying to talk. So then when I saw you come back in, I was like, alakazam, pow, gone.
No, you on some ninja shit.
I was
Like
out.
seriously.
I was like, I can't even tell. I was like, I'm gone. I'm gone.
The thing is, you're easy to spot. Like we both stand out really
Right,
in
but
the
I'm
crowd. But you're
6'5".
taller. Exactly.
Yesterday I was wearing a white shirt.
Exactly. So
Got headband on.
You start moseying into the room like, oh, there's Cheatham.
Yeah.
Where were you? I just did the rounds.
Man, last night was incredible. I'm not even gonna lie.
I had so much fun because Meghan Markle was drunk, and so was Karen. And then I don't know why, but they felt bad because I bought drinks. I bought drinks to Kurt Metzger because they ran out of White Claw, and I went back out and got some White Claw.
Yeah, I saw you come back in with the.
Yeah.
Wait, that was Kurt Metzger?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then I got Megan. She wanted a shot of Epsilon. She's like, no, don't pay for it. I'm like, can I just?
I accidentally ashed? My J in Karen's drink, but she was so thrilled that she didn't even. I don't think she knew it was hers anymore, and it was just sitting there, like she never tried to go for it again. And I was like, fantastic, because I totally wasn't paying attention. I put my ashes out in her drink.
The Coke?
Huh?
It was Coke and something?
No, it was like something with a lime in it.
Oh, the Epsilon.
Is that what that was? I'm pretty sure it was one of the ones you brought in, and she was drinking it, and she put it down, and I was ashing in the cup next to it, and I wasn't paying attention, and just dropped the big ass ash in her drink, and I was like,
she probably drank it. No, but it was great to be around these. Yeah, man. I don't know how many. Okay, we got to talk about what we did to Adam Lucky.
No.
No, yes, we do. Yeah, we do. Come on, man.
Leave Lucky alone.
Why? It's funny.
Have you had Lucky on?
No, not yet. I didn't meet him until that day at the creek.
Really?
I didn't. Like, serious, like, hey, nice to meet you. That was my first time, but I've seen him before. And the dude's quick. And I've seen him on stage many times. It's like, this is the thing. The people that I have on the podcast are people that I've at least talked to once, not just what's up.
Yeah, yeah.
And I have a thing about, and I've talked about this on the show because I did it to Lucas McQuarrie, where if I meet you 3 times and you still act like you don't know me, fuck off.
Facts. Yeah.
Yeah. That's my rule of thumb.
Yeah.
But if I meet you again and you actually like, hey, what's up? Like, and because he felt bad because the story is he felt bad because he didn't remember my name, and then Cheatham goes, yeah, this my brother Front.
No.
Wait,
no.
Is that how that went?
That was like we let him on for a while first because you kept asking him what's my name. We met before, and he was like,
yeah.
He's like, I know you. I just don't remember. And then you were like, come on, man. Like, and then we were egging him on. I was like, oh, this is fucked up. You don't know, like, so what? You don't remember black people when you said you don't? And he was like, no, that's not what I'm saying. And he was like, I think he was trying. He thought you were somebody else. And then I tried to give him a clue. And I was like,
oh, that was a clue you were giving him.
Yes, I was trying to give him a clue, and I was like, this is Front.
That's what.
This is Front.
I know you're trying to help him. I thought you just trying to say, yeah, this is Front.
No.
Like he was going to get it from there. He wasn't going to get that.
I figured, like, you're back.
Yeah.
So if I say, this is Front, and something might trigger in his mind,
no,
back. Then he was like, oh, hi, Front.
And I said, yeah, this Cheatham is my older brother.
Yeah.
Is it? I'm Front Cheatham.
And when he found out hours later that you were not Front Cheatham, that we are not related, you fucking got me. you fucking got me. That was a good one. You guys, you people, you got me.
Not because I ran into him randomly and he goes, hey, what's up, back? Now acknowledge my ass.
Well, yeah,
and I said, wait, did Cheatham just give away the thing? He's like, you motherfucker. I'm like, look, man, you fell for it. That's your fault. That was the dumbest thing you could have fought for.
Yeah.
And he did.
Him and Chris Reese fell for it.
And Reese was like, yeah. I was like, yeah, Reese, I'm Anthony Cheatham. I'm Aaron's younger brother. Like, oh, for real? God damn, y'all don't look alike. Yeah. Same mama, different dad.
Different families. You go, oh, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
sure,
okay.
Reese, you're good.
Yeah,
you're good.
Families got it.
Oh man, we got. Let's try to pull that off one more time. I don't know with who though.
All right, well,
whatever.
There's as you've stated, there are plenty of white people here.
Yeah, we all look alike. I mean, there's only 5 of us anyway.
Right.
But you know what? I'm glad I got to see a lot of comics I didn't know. Dave Temple, I didn't know of him.
Right.
I forgot where he's from, but really good, really funny.
Hold on, I gotta tell you. Last night,
What?
during the time that I disappeared,
Yeah.
when I disappeared,
When you're moseying around.
when I Alakazam and I
You went ninja.
I
Smoke
Darkwing
bomb.
Duck,
Darkwing
Smoke
Duck.
Bomb.
Smoke bomb Cheatham.
I am the fear that flocks in the night. And I was gone. I left you, and I think I went to the box for a second, and then I went to go watch. So I was on the 8 o'clock Wheelhouse show. Then there was a show after ours. Anyway, I was watching something in the warehouse. I think I was watching the Filthy show. I watched Jason Rouse at the Filthy show.
Jason Rouse funny as fuck.
And then I left there and went out to the tent.
Have you seen Jason Rouse before?
Of course, yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. He's in Austin, yeah.
He's in Austin. I went out to the tent, and George Perez was on, and I got to watch him, and I had never seen him before. I remember on Friday night we ran into Big Al, and
Yes.
Big Al, he had came with George.
Oh, like they come up in comedy together?
No. Like, remember, like, Big Al went to the Improv, ran into George,
Oh,
and George was like,
got it.
I'm going to Skankfest, want to roll.
Yeah,
And he brought Al with him. So, but I'd never met him.
yeah.
So he was on. I was like, oh, that's the dude Big Al came with yesterday. So I watched, and dude is hilarious. It was dope to watch.
I saw him open for Rogan
Okay.
at Cap City a while back.
Man, he
About
fucking
last year or so.
he fucking killed it. And then Holtzman comes on.
Oh, Brian Holtzman. Fuck, man.
And-
This. I never heard anybody say bitch that well. Nobody says bitch like Brian Holtzman. Nobody.
Bitch!
Bitch! And it's funny. You know it's coming. You know it's going to say it 20 times, but it's funny every single
Man,
time.
let me tell you, man, that
Bitch!
Brian fucking
Legend.
had me in tears last night, dude. Like, he had legit. I was like, once it's kind of like comedy is kind of like drinking, and like, at some point you pop the seal, right? You go to the bathroom, and then now you're gonna be going to the bathroom all night.
Right.
Once you pop that laughter seal, like, it's a wrap. You're gone. And Holtzman popped that thing, and I'm talking about laughing out loud. I was like, laughing out loud is like this whole group of dudes that I didn't know.
Yeah.
Like, we all popped at the same time, and it was like, then it became like communal. That's the way laughter works.
Yeah.
And next thing you know,
man.
that whole section was all into his set. Everybody was all into his set, and goddamn, Holtzman had me almost in tears last night. That shit was great. Then I ran into Colton, and Colton and I moseyed around and met some people, and then we went on to the midnight show. But
I don't think I even caught your midnight show. You have another midnight show tonight, right?
I have the midnight show tonight.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was, man, last night when I disappeared from you, shit went down, and it was just like, it was epic. It was an epic night. I'll say it. It was an epic night.
I don't like the word epic. I don't like to use it, but sometimes there's no other word to describe the thing.
There's no other word. It was an epic evening, man, of meeting people.
Did you network? Because you don't know who the fuck is in the room.
Right.
99% of the time.
99% of the time, I don't. But here's the thing. Me and Colton found each other.
Yeah, but you know Colton.
And Colton knows everybody.
Yeah, of course.
So me and Colton were standing in the street talking, and as people were walking by, Colton was, hey, you know Aaron Cheatham? Hey, Aaron, this is so-and-so. So-and-so, this is Aaron. And then I was talking to people. So, like, and Colton, and people were just coming up and talking to Colton, and he introduced me to everybody that came up.
Do you remember? Who did you meet?
For the most part. Well, I remember Alex. Or Adam.
Adam Egget?
No. The guy from Sunset Strip.
You mean the comedy store?
No. Sunset Strip in
Austin?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know him. No. He's the one. He's the owner.
Yeah, I believe it's Alex.
I don't know Alex.
It's either Alex or Adam, and that's bad because you just asked me if I remember anybody, and it's like we talked. Me and him had a long conversation. He was Tim Tebow's high school coach.
And now he does comedy. He's not a comedian. He
runs the store.
Oh, he
runs the club.
Okay, he runs the Sunset Strip.
He runs the Sunset Strip. But he was Tim Tebow's high school coach, and we got into this long conversation about Tim Tebow because he's known Tim Tebow since he was like 16.
Wow.
And it was like, okay. So we had a great conversation. Great dude. Like, fucking phenomenal time. Like I said, we had a We had a blast last night.
Look, today's the last day, but I don't know if we can top it. Like I thought this was going. The schedule dropped like a day before, so I was prepared to just. So I left Thursday right after work, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna stay till Sunday and drive back on Sunday. And then I see that there's shows Sunday till midnight, and I'm like, fuck. So now I extended my stay, and I'm gonna have to wake up at like 4 in the morning and or 5 in the morning and get on the road back to Austin.
I didn't know that there were shows till midnight, and I'm on the show at midnight.
And you gotta drive back?
Yeah. I thought, I very possibly could have just misread the schedule or just misremembered, and I thought I had like either a 5 or a 7 o'clock show.
Yeah.
And I was like, cool, so I'll get my spot through Sunday, check out Sunday, do my show at 5 or 7, whatever time it is, and then hang out for a little bit, then roll out. And then last night I found out that it was midnight because I actually I was looking on the Sunday schedule, see like where I was at, and I was like, where the fuck is my name at? And I just keep going down, like midnight. Oh Lord, no.
Yeah,
but
in the box.
But in the box. But so that's gonna be dope though because the last 3 shows of the festival are all in the box. The 10, 11, and midnight show.
Yeah.
The last 3 shows of the festival.
The box is just nonstop.
Yeah, so it's gonna be and so like those last 3 shows, I imagine whoever's here is gonna be there because that's the only thing going on. So
well, there's another one in the warehouse that's the long lineup too. That's going at the same time, like around 10 starts at 10, and it's nothing else, and in that place.
Got you
for the rest of the night. So
well, either way,
I want to see some more not new comics, but comics that I don't know.
You know what? When I came out here, I didn't know what Skankfest. The type of people that were going to be here. I legit thought that this was going to be borderline anarchy in the best possible way.
I thought there were savages just because of, the kind of podcast that Legion of Skanks is.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the ingredients. Like we're in Houston. You have people traveling from all over. Legion of Skanks. This is whole like I expected it to be a good time, and just like debauchery to
like
high
crazy,
heaven, right? But to be honest with you, it's just been a fucking cool hang.
It's been mild.
It's been
I expected a fight at least.
I mean
I did. I mean, you have.
There's not. I ain't seen nobody throwing up.
No.
I ain't seen nobody doing no wild shit.
No.
Ain't been nothing of any sort that would be like that could be a blemish on this event that I've seen. Right.
Meanwhile, Astro World got like 8 people killed.
Right. That happened
right down the street.
And it was like, oh well, we're not topping that. So let's just not even try. Let's just chill out and have fun.
You would think you put a lot of white people in the same vicinity, like some shit's gonna happen. Especially, I've seen some drunk motherfuckers at like 2 p.m.
Yeah.
Just like Thriller style walking down the street. I've seen that, but nothing really out of the nothing crazy.
Nothing crazy. This has just been a great time, and to be honest with you, like I'm looking forward to today, just like meeting more people and stuff.
Do you remember their names though?
I'm
and
trying.
Their faces.
I'm. Here's the thing, man. Let's be real. Most of the people here are inebriated to the gills.
Doesn't matter.
Right.
It goes a long way. I made a female comic feel bad because she just told me her name, and like literally within 30 seconds, and I told her mine, and then we're about to take a picture, and I said, "Hey, let's take a picture," and I said her name, and she's like, "Oh my God, I already forgot yours," and she's like, "Okay, here's what we're gonna do. You're gonna look at me in the eyes." Right now, you're going to shake my hand, and you're going to tell me your name, and I remember for the rest of my life. I'm like, sure. It goes a long way, especially for people, because this is the weird part. As a comedy fan, you listen to all these comics on podcasts. You've seen their specials. You've seen other people's podcasts. So you know them, but they don't know who the fuck you are.
Right.
So when you walk up to them, it makes it kind of weird because you're like, they introduce themselves, like, hey, I'm Ari Shafir, and you're like, yeah, I know who you are.
Right.
You know what I mean? But if it gets to a point where
everybody but me,
yeah,
everybody
exactly.
I'm like, hi, I'm Aaron. I have no idea who you are.
but if you get to a point where they recognize your face, even if they don't necessarily remember your name, but recognize your face because you're a fan and you go see them live, and it's not, you don't have to stand around and talk to them, just like, hey, what's up? After a while, they're like, oh, they recognize you, and if you're a comic, but you don't introduce yourself as such. You're just, hey man, that was a dope set, and chances are there's a way that comics, carry themselves, I would say, as opposed to fans.
Right.
And so a lot of them had actually asked me if I was a comic, and I'm like, yeah, I am, but I'm here as a fan because they look at my badge and I have an all access, not an artist badge.
Right.
And I'm like, no, I mean, I'm a comic, but I'm here, I'm here as a fan, and that was a dope set. And then you get to sit around and hear them talk about their experiences at shows, and they just give you free advice.
Yeah.
And that's the dopest thing. And that's why I love being around, comics. I sat at I had lunch with Brett Ernst and Paul Verzi at Papacitos, and they were literally developing bits in front of me because they were just going back and forth, just talking shit.
Yeah.
And you're like, man, I'm just lucky to be sitting here. I don't need to interact. I don't need to, but it's just incredible to be in that kind of space.
The energy here has been like great. Like I'm an energy person. Like I feed off energy. I feel energy. Like that, I'm energy sensitive, I guess you could say.
Yeah, so am I.
And the creative energy around the buzz has been contagious and inebriating in itself. Just the vibrant energy of all these creative people surrounded by each other, and you just walk into a room and you can feel that creative energy. And I love that shit. I love that because it stirs up the juices inside me, and everybody's kind of feeding off of each other. But it's not to the point that anybody's trying to outdo each other that I've seen.
No, I haven't seen that at all. You know what? I thought
we all kind of know, like a lot of like us know each other. Like there's a lot of people that know each other.
Yeah.
So there's not necessarily like anybody really trying to big dick anybody or compete. It's
I didn't see that at all.
A bunch of creative people enjoying each other. You know what I'm saying? Just chilling out, having a good fucking time, having a good hang.
And I want to give a shout out. Not that you'll ever hear this, but I think the way it's organized, like there was no. Yeah, I mean, you're dealing with comics. You gotta like, I was talking to Zach. Shout out to Zach who works at the Creek, and he was like the floor manager. I don't know what his title was, but he basically was like, hey, I do the lights, and I when the comic's supposed to be on, I want to make sure that he's around. He's like, look, man, I've been standing there, and then the comic's supposed to be on, and turn around, and fucking gone, and I gotta go find them. But like for the most part, the schedule's been on point. Like there hasn't been any big delays or anything.
Oh, shout out to Rebecca.
Shout out to Rebecca Trent,
and the Creek in the Cave,
and Christine, because this is massive.
They've been on it.
It's massive, and I know, I can't imagine the amount of work that goes around putting together a festival. But it's got to be, the permits and all of that. I mean, so far I haven't seen anything.
It's been a success, man.
Yeah,
it's been a success.
I hope it blows up, because from now it's like, I mean, he can do Skankfest West if he wants to.
Yeah.
I mean, all these people have been. This was supposed to be last year, and now that it's the first one back, it's like, yo, if you can get that kind of crowd out for 4 days straight, from noon to midnight. For 4 days, like that is huge.
With very little lit off. With very little. It's not like, the crowd drops off after the 9 o'clock
I thought it'd be
shows.
breaks, but there's no breaks.
No, man.
A lot of festivals will have like, some kind of downtime, like during the day, so people can go eat, whatever. This is nonstop.
No.
Nonstop.
Yeah, that's like I said, that's the beauty of it all being at one spot. Because if you want to see it, you can see it. You're here. So whatever you want to, like, you get there and you can look at the schedule and be like, okay, I'm going to this 2 o'clock show, and then I'm going to leave there, and I'm going to go get in the line for this 4 o'clock show, then I'm going to go catch this show, and you can kind of plan out your day on where you want to go, and like it's all right there. Let me stop and let me get me a po' boy right fast, shrimp po' boy, hard in the paint. Let me get one of those, and just and you don't have to leave. You don't have to leave. That's the best part. Is you can literally, it's like going to an amusement park. We're going to ride this ride, we're going to ride that ride, we're going to ride this ride, and then we're going to eat a turkey leg, then we're going to go back and we're going to go catch this show, and we're going to watch Shamu do a flip, and then we're gonna go ride these rides afterwards. You know, it's the same thing. I'm gonna go watch Ari. I'm gonna go watch Hinchcliffe. I'm gonna go get me something to eat. Then I'm gonna go check out some shows in the box, see some of these other cats. Then I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna watch fucking Bob Saget. Like, you know,
Yeah.
it's like you can plan out your whole day, and it's all easily accessible, man. They've got it worked out where there's no real hiccups in the system. Like, this shit it's a smooth train right now.
And I like that there's a bunch of Austin comics who are on it. You know, we talk about Adam Lucky, you know, Abby Rosenquist, Craig Fergola,
Ariel Isaac Norman.
Yes, and I met Ariel last night for the first time. Even though
Really?
I've seen him many times. It's one of those. It's just like, you know, Lucky. It's like I've seen him around, but I met Ariel 2 years ago.
She's great.
She's great. Funny as fuck.
No, she's super chill too. Like, I love Ariel. She's like,
Yeah.
I had her on Gray Area, and we had like just we had a really good conversation. I had questions, and she was all. I had questions about gender stuff.
Yes.
And
check out the Gender Fluids podcast, by the way.
And we sat and we just talked about it, and it wasn't like anything weird. It was just, yo, can you go on my show? And I have questions. I'm curious about stuff. Listen, and she's like, absolutely.
Yeah.
No, she's fucking Ariel's the best.
Yeah.
If you're in Austin, you already know. But Ariel Isaac Norman, she's the best. Love her.
Try to think well. I saw the Guys We Fuck podcast last night. That was dope.
Okay.
Did you catch any of it?
No, I did not.
I like it because Corinne and Christina really have, and they had Kim Comden on it and Mike Fox.
Okay.
Michael's thrilled, but it was funny because people would just volunteer and like, hey, I'm gonna talk about my life, or like they simulated a date, and they pick a random guy out of the crowd. One of them was a comedian actually, which is kind of, and you're like, hey, we're trying to do this for regular folks, but the guy's actually trying to be funny. And Corinne was like, look, man, you're fucking this up just by trying to be funny. Let's just play the game.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that was dope. I haven't caught a Legion of Skanks podcast because I know that was going to be packed as fuck. I did catch Summer Kill Tony. Shout out to Hans Kim, by the way.
The Friday or the Saturday he killed Tony?
The first one.
Okay. That's where I went to. I went there after one of the times I vanished. I went to go to.
We went to Greenwood right next to it.
I went to kill Tony yesterday.
Trying to think who else.
Packed again.
Of
God
course.
damn.
I've said,
Tony.
This was the first Kill Tony at Skankfest, I think.
Was it?
I think so.
Yeah, the both Kill Tony shows, Friday and Saturday, packed. Like the only thing they compared to, the only show that I seen that was that packed, that wasn't at the tent, was the roast last night.
Yeah, but you can't talk about it, so stop bringing it up.
I'm just saying, the roast last night and the two Kill Tony shows were the most packed I've seen at the festival.
No, there's gonna be a bigger pack one.
I believe it.
There's a roast of Louis J. Gomez.
Yeah, tonight. That's gonna be lit. That's at 10, right?
No, I think it's earlier than that.
Okay, but either way, like, that's gonna be.
Yeah, so I'm gonna need you for.
Yeah. Oh.
All right, chaperone.
Bullshit. We're gonna need.
No, Colton owes me, so yeah, I'm gonna go to.
We're gonna need Colton for that.
Yeah.
We're gonna need Colton for that.
He owes me. Colton, you owe me.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing.
3 favors.
Here's the thing. Good luck finding Colton.
I'll find him.
Colton just appears.
Yeah, he does. He's a
magical.
He's a magician. He's a wizard.
He's
a fucking wizard. This guy.
It's like, oh shit, there's Colton. Like, where you been? He's like, oh, I've been around all day. He's just like,
yeah, just walking around, just being Colton.
I've seen you in fucking. Like, I literally hadn't seen him all day yesterday until he just popped up and he's like, hey, what's up? And it's like, oh shit, hanging out with Colton now.
Yeah. Great people. Go to Creek in the Cave, by the way, in Austin. Shout out to Rebecca Trent. She's done an amazing job over there. So
Rebecca's killing it. Straight up.
That's the nicest. She's so nice, so nice. I'm like, and a lot of people owe their career to her because of what she had in when she had the Creek in New York. So
man, I heard. So I was up in on the rooftop yesterday, and I was up there by myself, and there was some other comics talking, and at another table I heard somebody telling, like, one comedian telling another comedian that asking, have you been to the Creek in Austin yet? And he's like, nah. And he's like, it's the same exact vibe as it was in New York. It's just in a much better venue than what they had in New York, but like she's like, they created the exact same vibes. So you got to make it down.
It's a hangout.
Austin.
It's a comic. It's a comic hang.
So and I was like, it was really cool to because that's where I'm at most of the time, hanging out at the Creek. So like to hear somebody talking about it, and like that, it was like Hell yeah, that's good to hear. That's good to hear that somebody that was at the original is like complimenting and saying, this is the exact same vibe. I felt like I was home when
That's
I
what
was there.
Skankfest was.
Huh?
It was Skankfest was at Creek in the Cave in New
Right.
York, and that's where they used to tape the Legion of Skanks. Skanks, I can't say that. But anyway, man, this has been incredible.
Yeah,
I'm really
gonna-
excited. I look forward to the next one. I don't even care if I'm on it or not. I just want to go again because this has been. I had 2 Christmases in the past 2 months. I had Moon Tower in September, and now this, and Moon Tower is coming back in April.
I'm gonna put you on the spot. Which one do you prefer? Not which one is better, but which one do you prefer?
I prefer Skankfest.
Okay.
I love Moon Tower, but again, I think because it's in one spot, that helps a lot. And also, if it's run by comics,
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, don't get me wrong. I've been doing Moon Tower for 9 years. I brag about it all the time, and I love Moon Tower. They just partner with Just for Laughs, so next year in 2022, in April, it will be 10 days long. So more venues and bigger names or whatever. I don't know. The Helium guys, no, Just for Laughs, not the Just for Laughs, yeah. But no, I think this is dope because it has that like grimy feeling because of where it's at,
Mm-hmm.
and people don't take themselves seriously. I feel like Moon Tower is touristy
Okay.
because
And this is for the diehards. These are for the real motherfuckers.
Skankfest is for comedy fans, like
Yeah.
motherfuckers who know comedy. Because everywhere you go, like in walking around Skankfest, everybody is talking about comics and talk about comedy, and they're all nerds. They're all comedy nerds, no matter what they look like. It's mostly white dudes with beards, no hair, with black shirts and tattoos and all of that shit.
My crowd.
Yeah, exactly. But yet they know comedy.
And,
they respect the craft. Like I'm sure because they listen to comics who talk about their shit all the time.
We need a name for them because, like in wrestling, the smart fans they call them smarks,
Smarks?
like a mark,
Okay.
like a smart mark, smarks, because like people that are diehard into wrestling, that are into all the behind the scenes, go to the indie shows. The ones that understand the business, that just really love wrestling, they're all into every detail of it. They're called, smarks. So
As in smart, what?
smart mark,
Oh, smart mark.
smart mark.
Oh, smart mark. So smart.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So there needs to be like I think comedy fans need a name too. Like they need their own smark, whatever. I don't know what you would call them.
Scum? I don't know. I'm
That
just saying
sounds.
shit.
That's. Hey, if you're listening to this, think of that.
Yeah.
Let's start putting words together till we find one that can
Like
identify.
a hardcore comedy fan who respects the craft, but doesn't heckle, who's there to
people
laugh.
that are there for it. They love comedy.
They're fans first, and they just want to laugh.
And they follow their favorite comedians
wherever they go, and
they're
they
in.
fly in.
They know all the details. They follow the podcast and they watch whatever they're on.
Yeah.
Like those fans, that's who these people are that are at Skankfest, and it's fucking awesome as a comedian to be around people who appreciate the art as much as the artists do.
See, that's the thing. I think that one of the main differences between Moon Tower and Skankfest is that Moon Tower has some kind of hierarchy where you have the headliner shows at the Paramount. That's one show, right? Maybe 1 or 2 shows a day, right? And then you have all the other lineups. People who come to Moon Tower, they get they're good because there's like one headliner they want to see. Right, and then they walk around and check out the other people.
People come to Skankfest because they want to experience.
But everybody's on the
Skankfest.
same level. There's no headliner.
No. Yeah, Miss Pat was in the box.
Yeah, there's no headliner. Paul vs. You went first at the box.
Right.
Yesterday at noon.
Yeah.
And you're like, this is somebody who sells out, who tours with Bill Burr.
Mm-hmm.
Has a great podcast, the Paul vs. You Effect. Has fans. Has a special coming out, by the way. But it's nobody's above or below. It's like the lineup is so stacked that everybody's dope.
Yeah.
And you can go after who did you go after last night?
In the box?
Yeah.
Toby. Yeah.
Now who told me that oh no, it was Dean Stanfield. Dean Stanfield went after.
Oh shit! Dean Stanfield's supposed to be getting his ass whooped at 3 o'clock today.
Oh,
He's
the
fighting.
roast.
No, he's fighting.
Really?
Yeah, Dean
I thought it was a roast battle.
No, he's doing the roast battle, but Dean Stanfield's getting in the ring and he's fighting today
Oh shit!
at 3 o'clock.
Oh, we have to catch that.
Yeah, we gotta catch Dean.
But I forgot who. No, he followed Miss Pat.
Oh,
I
poor
think.
boy.
No, he did. He did great.
Did he?
Yes, I think it's because afterwards he talked to me, and he was like, "Yo, I had to follow that," and he still killed. He told me he was nervous as fuck.
'Cause I know we watched when we saw Miss Pat in the box. Toby went after her.
Who did Dean go after? Somebody.
But he could have. There's because she's been on mad shows. But
he went. I don't know. He went after a big name.
Okay.
Whoever that was, and then he was like, "I can't believe that," and he had him. He had the crowd.
Fuck yeah, good for Dean.
No,
I love that
I'm
dude.
really happy for Dean, and I'm really. By the way, he's been on the podcast, so go check out his episode. Really funny.
I want to give a shout out to somebody.
Who?
I want to give a shout out to Chris Rogers.
Yes.
Yo, Chris Rogers.
Man.
Chris Rogers from Austin. Fantastic artist. Like you probably, if you watch Kill Tony, you've seen him painting on the side of the stage. Every episode of Kill Tony down here in Austin. But like I'm a huge fan of Chris Rogers, the human. Like every time I see him, it's always love. And me and that dude, like yesterday was the first time we had to like really chop it up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like we really chopped it up. And we've had like, hey, what's up, brother? Good to see you. We've had like, yo, we need to link up. We've had those conversations.
Yeah.
But this is the first time we've just got to really like break bread and talk. And dog, I left that conversation feeling uplifted.
Yeah, I believe that.
It was like we had a good fucking conversation, man. And I was like, I was already a fan of that dude for life already.
Yeah.
And then after that conversation, it was just like, nah, like legit, like that's my dude. Yo, he's fucking killing. He painted at 4 straight shows last night.
Yeah.
He did the Kill Tony show, and then he did the
he did YKWd.
And then
so he did like a Robert Kelly one.
He did Kill Tony. He was at my Wheelhouse show. And he was at the Filthy show, and he was at the Roast at midnight. So he painted at 4 straight shows. And
the man's talented, man.
And painted a different picture each time.
I'm gonna hire him for a wedding.
Yeah?
Yeah.
He did
not mine, but I'm gonna hire him for a wedding.
Sam Tripoli.
Oh, he did a Sam Tripoli?
He did Sam Tripoli at the Wheelhouse. And like Sam was standing next to me because we were all on the show, and as Chris is painting, like I don't think Sam knew he was painting him until like towards the end, and then Sam walked by and he was like, oh shit. Like he was like, oh shit. Yeah, it was dope, man. It was like, I love Chris. Chris is an amazing artist. Please check his stuff out.
Yeah, follow Chris Rogers Art on Instagram. I think that's his Instagram. But if you want to see his work, if you're a fan of comedy, go to the Vulcan and go upstairs and check out that mural he did. I
haven't been to the Vulcan in a minute. They got a mural up there?
Yeah, he started this huge mural outside upstairs.
I didn't see that.
There's Joe Rogan as Wolverine, a werewolf. There's Tony Hinchcliffe as the Joker. There's Michael Cera as like Terminator. There's Tom Segura on there. There's Brian Holtzman's on there.
I haven't been to the Vulcan.
There's
in months,
Ron
so.
White. There's Patrice O'Neill. It's a whole.
Oh,
because the first time I really talked, I knew him from around the way, but the first time I talked to him was at Vulcan, and he had just started the mural, and just sketching things out, and I'm like, who are you gonna put on? There's so many you could put on there because he put a Carlin, like he put a Patrice, he put a Brody.
Okay.
Brody Stevens, who passed away, and we kept going through the list, and it was like, yeah, man, I gotta add that one. Oh, I gotta add that one, and it's incredible the work he's done. I mean, he did the mural at the Native Hostel with all the Black Lives Matter stuff.
He did the mural at the football stadium.
Oh, he did?
The soccer stadium.
Holy shit.
Yeah, he did the mural there.
Wow. Yeah, check out Chris Rogers' art, man.
And he's got the George Floyd mural he did with Kaepernick.
I bought a Patrice O'Neill thing. I bought it from him.
Yeah, that's right. You got it in your house.
Yes. I was going to get the Carlin. There's like $500. I'm like, I have to save up. Save it for me. Save it for me. Save that one for me. All right, man.
This has been dope, man. Like I legitimately shout out to everybody. Like I'm very grateful of the opportunity that I got to be here, to be able to perform on this festival. I mean, I've done 3 shows so far. I got one more today.
Congrats, man.
And I couldn't be more grateful for this. This has been a humbling and energizing experience, and it showed me some of the holes in my game. Not necessarily, I'm not talking about on stage, but like things that we talked about. You know, I got to get better at remembering names and knowing who people are.
That's just 101.
Because here's the thing. I'll tell y'all the story that Back didn't tell y'all.
Please.
Friday night. We're in that the main room, the bar area, and we ran into Big Al, and 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 Back in Big Al, like they knew everybody in the room, and I legit didn't know. I knew like maybe 4 people in the room, and
including us,
potentially, and then Big Al's like, "What do you mean?" And like Back and Big Al. Shout out Big Al Gonzalez. That's my brother down in San Antonio, and he's got a residency in Vegas. So look him up. They just started pointing at They just started pointing, and it was like, "That's so and so. That's so and so. That's so." And then like Big Al's like, "Yeah, that chick right next to you, she won a Grammy for best country song." And I was like, "The chick right now?" He's like, "Yeah, right there. She's won a Grammy." I'm like, "What the fuck?" And there was like one person. He was trying to remember the name, and you're like, "Oh, that's so and so." He goes, "Yeah, they got that one show," and you were like, "Yeah, did it?" I'm like, "What the fuck?" Like literally, I'm surrounded by celebrities and stars and
Seriously.
shit, and had no fucking clue. They're just people. And you and Big Al are like, "No, that's so and so, and that's so and so, and that's so and so."
You are, but when you come at them, you don't have to bring any of that shit up. It's like, hey, because you told me that you were like, once you know somebody, it's fine, but it's that initial step. Hi, my name's Aaron Cheatham. I'm a comedian.
That initial thing, the introduction part, I'm not good at that. But like with Colton last night when he's like, "Hey, do you know Aaron Cheatham? Aaron Cheatham, this is so and so," and then I'm fine, and we're talking and I'm making connections and shit. But it's that initial introduction part that I'm not good at.
What was up with the dude in the wheelchair?
Here's the thing. I don't understand.
I don't know. You can't.
I don't
first
understand.
of all, you're like 6'6" and you're bending over talking to this guy in the wheelchair for 10 minutes.
And we just like we were talking to Brett and
Paul.
And like you had just introduced me to Paul, and I'm like trying to have a conversation, and then I saw him looking at me.
Did he pull your pants and go, "Hey man, can I talk to you?"
I saw him sitting at the table looking at me, and we made eye contact, and I was like, whatever. And I think I might give him a "What's up?" And then I looked over again. He's still staring at me, and then he just starts rolling over.
And you're like, "Oh shit, I'm about to have a conversation."
And I'm like,
"Is he a comic? He's not a comic."
No, he's not a comic. So he's an Irish dude that I guess he took issue with me wearing a Detroit hat. And he's like,
what?
"Why?" He was like, "Why would you wear that?" And I was like, he's like, "Forgive me because he's like, I may not be educated. I'm not from here, so this might sound like an ignorant question." But then he went on to tell me that he's the smartest person in the room.
Nobody who says that actually is.
He went on to tell me that he's like a genius and shit. But
like Stephen Hawking's son,
basically.
Never
and
heard
he was
of.
just talking about he was talking about how mean everybody has been in America in a few places. Like he's been to like L.A. and Chicago and a
How
couple
long did you
places.
entertain that conversation?
And it's like and he was like, "Why are you wearing that hat?" Blah blah blah. And I'm like, first of all, like, cause I was raised by Detroit. That's why. That's why the fuck I'm wearing this hat. My whole family, like, I kind of like, I tried to blow it off at first, but then he just like kept like picking at it, and I was like, "Look, dude, like my whole family's from Detroit. You know, I was raised by people that were lived their entire lives in Detroit. I spent a lot of time in Detroit. Like that is home to me. So who the fuck are you to question why I would represent?"
I missed the wheels.
Yeah, why? That's like if you were over here wearing a fucking Ireland shirt, and I came up to you and go, "Why the fuck are you wearing that Ireland shit? Ireland's a piece of shit place. Why would you represent that?" Because that's how he came.
He's not even from Detroit?
No, he was Irish. He was from Ireland. He was like
hold on. He took offense to you wearing a Detroit shirt. Not because he's from Detroit, but because he thinks Detroit sucks.
Because he feels like Detroit is a poor representation, or like why would you want to represent a place like that? And it's like because a place like that bred a person like me, the person that's sitting in front of you right now.
I don't even justify that with an answer, man. I'm like, look, man, roll your ass this way. You could just push him. You could have just pushed him to roll back.
Legit, the thought did cross through my mind to cave his chest. Like literally as he's talking, I'm just like,
because you talked for a minute.
It was like
and a half.
If I kick this nigga in the chest right now,
yeah, I don't want to do that.
What would happen? Not like
whoop.
Yeah.
That's
So
what happens.
yeah, and then he's like, "That's the Detroit shit I'm talking about." Like then I got to deal with that.
It's that black Detroit shit too.
No, but what? So the reason I entertained it for so long is when I have this flaw that whenever people come at me with shit like this, I have to. I looked at it as an opportunity to educate, because you're.
No, that's fine. You can be fascinated by. I'm fascinated by people. I love a conversation with a stranger.
I want to hear what, like, where
Sure, where you coming from?
This?
Yeah. I get that.
And but then it was like, at some point I was like, at what point do I say, like, fuck it, dude? I got, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the next thing you know, Brett and Paul are like trying to leave, and I'm like, yo,
Roll your ass out.
fucking Timmy, God damn it, what the
Timmy!
fuck? Yeah, like, yo,
Timmy, get your ass out of here.
yo, what are you doing?
You should
Like,
just pushed him.
so, but I mean, I told him, because he's like, you know, everybody's been so rude, and people from Detroit, I've heard things, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, listen, I don't know who you've talked to. I don't know who you've encountered. I don't know who's done wrong by you. But I'm the motherfucker in front of you right now. And I'm not them. So do not come at me like I'm them. Because right now we're having a civil conversation.
Did he get mad at all?
No, but I had to check him. I had to check him.
You checked him for a while then.
I did,
If
I
that
did.
was if that was his intro,
Right.
then
And remember, at that time on Friday, we were lit.
yeah, well,
We were lit. But I have that thing. Same thing happened with Meghan Markle. She wanted to, like, have this whole socio-economical fucking cultural climate talk and shit. And I was just like, because we were all talking shit when y'all were in there, and then y'all left, and then she tried to have, like, a real conversation about what it's like to be black in America. I'm like, why the fuck does
she's
everybody
a
want to?
quarter Nigerian.
Why? And you're Irish. She's Irish.
Yeah, that too.
And it's like,
It's just funny to me.
Why does every Irish person want to talk to me about cultural shit and what it's like to be black? Like,
That's your social experiment right there.
It's annoying to be black, apparently, because I gotta have this conversation with every.
Nobody's come to me for where that shit is. I was literally sitting between Meghan Markle and Ariel.
Yeah.
And they were debating. She had questions for Ariel, and then Ariel will entertain the conversation.
Right.
And I'm just sitting there trying to
yeah.
moderate the thing, and it was funny as fuck. Cause I mean, Ariel was sober, and
Meghan Markle was
gone.
Gone.
But it was just funny. See, that's the thing. Like, I don't like. Well, no. Put it this way. It's hard to describe that kind of situation to somebody who wasn't there. It's one of those like, oh, you had to be there kind of story.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So, my advice to you, man, just when Skankfest announces their next one, get on it. Get you an all access pass. It's worth it. I don't know where it's going to be. They might take it back to New York. You know, fly in, do what you got to do. But I think this is the best kind of festival that's out there.
This has been dope.
It's been dope. You know,
like from an artist perspective, from a fan perspective, I don't think there's very many cons. When you start laying out pros and cons from both perspectives,
I wanted more diversity. That's just me.
That's a thing.
I've been impressed with how comics handled how the whole audience is the same, and how everybody had a joke about it. First of all,
facts.
like there's no girls here, you know. There's all dudes, or it's dudes with their girlfriend that don't know what the fuck is going on,
Mm-hmm.
and they're just wanting to bring their girlfriend out, and they're holding their girlfriends really tight right now, because these motherfuckers get drunk and then shit pops off. Nothing's popped up yet.
Nothing.
But could happen. So I get it. But I get the demo. You know, I knew going in that was going to be the demo.
Mm-hmm. I did not.
You did not?
I think we've already established.
You don't know shit.
I don't know shit. Like I am the fucking worst.
You are how can you be a tourist at a festival you're booked at?
I'm not a tourist.
You are a tourist.
I just
You're like,
don't know.
this is so. Oh wow. Oh wow. Boy, I'm gonna go. I'm a smoke ball my ass out of here. I'm gonna go,
Here, you know what it is
around.
though. But everybody I approach, because I don't know who most of these people are, how established they are, I approach them as people.
That's right.
And there is no oh my gosh, there's none of that, because
you don't. That's not right.
I'm just talking to people, and then through conversations like, oh shit, this is a real somebody. oh shit, why am I talking to this person?
No, but that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
You just got to get over that first step, and I think you'll be great at networking.
Yeah, man.
Just start giving out business cards or whatever.
I did that before.
But if you don't do that. But if you could, like, hey, what's your Instagram? I'll follow you. At least that's a way to
Facts.
to do that. At
Facts.
least. So.
Facts. But yeah, this has been fantastic. Real talk. I don't know. I feel like we might have to revisit this after tonight because we still have the rest of the day.
Yeah, and
for whatever
I'm
might
hungry.
happen.
Yeah, that's true.
There might have to be.
I'm not drinking like last night though. I'm a stick. I have this lollipop that I've been.
Oh really?
It's been in my back pocket for 2 days.
Oh really? You're a lollipop, huh?
Yeah, I'm a lollipop. Yes.
Yeah.
Traveling. No, I'm kidding. No, I have this thing from Colorado that I got, and I'm gonna take that. I'm running out of edibles since you took the last one.
I didn't take the last
I
one.
know you didn't take the last one, but it hit
I've
you.
only had the one.
Yes, that's true.
You
But
split that
I'm out of
one.
it.
You split that one yesterday.
Oh, with Big Al.
No, with the girl with the Mighty Boss Stone shirt in the green room.
Amy? No, not Amy Shanker.
No, not Amy Shanker.
Shout out to Amy Shanker, by the way.
Shout out to Amy. Yes, love Amy Shanker. You know what? It's not even important. Right
Yeah,
now.
it's not. It is not. We're
It
trying
is
to
not
wrap this
important.
up so we can go back to the festival.
But we'll have to revisit and maybe add an epilogue.
Yeah, we could. I want to bring someone else who's been we'll ask like Adam or Craig or Colton would be great because I would love to hear from them.
Oh, I'm gonna drain Colton later. Whoa.
How you? Oh,
Whoa.
Hey, on
Sir.
that note, folks, this
Pause.
has been no.
Pause.
No. You have
Pause.
2 clips I'm going to isolate.
Pause.
Traveling dicks.
Pause.
And they're going to drain Colton
Sir.
later.
Sir, I'm gonna drain him of all of the
No, too late.
all of this
Too late.
intel. Like he's got all.
Too
this,
late.
he's got some stories. He's seen it all.
You dove into that one head first. Literally
Yeah.
head first.
Yeah.
You're
With
gonna drain him.
mouth wide open.
I hope this goes around. I hope Colton hears this.
Yes, I want to have him on and just I want to hear it because he's got a different experience than we did.
Yeah,
And everybody
definitely.
here's got a different one, but him and like Rebecca's experience.
I want to shout out the staff. I saw Clay. He was head of security.
Shout out Max.
Shout out Clay. Shout out Max. Shout out Dallas.
Big D in the
shout out
house.
Zach. Shout out to Legion of Skanks. All the comics. Everybody that I've met. Everybody that's been very nice. Shout out to the fans. I haven't really chop it up with other fans the whole time. Really.
You haven't?
No, not. Nobody's talked to me. Like fan wise,
yeah.
You get the wheelchair dude.
I got the wheelchair.
But the Irish wheelchair dude. Stephen Hawking's angry cousin.
I got the Irish black chick. Fucking Meghan Markle. I have the most interesting conversation.
Not because I've heard a lot of comics actually just geek out like over comedy, just like hear them. Like you're standing in line at the po' boy joint and people, oh yeah, I just saw Big J Okerson and blah 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 blah.
Yo, yeah, no, my interactions outside of wheelchair dude, my interactions have been like mad fucking positive with the fans here. I mean,
has anybody walk up to you after and said, "Hey man, this was dope. What's your Instagram?" No.
Yeah.
That's happened.
Yeah.
For real.
Yes.
Okay. Good.
Yeah. That has happened, and like a lot. There was a lot of good work done yesterday. Just so you know, you would be proud. There was a lot of good work
if you need
done.
my approval.
No. On the networking front, that started with stuff like that.
Let's see if you retained any.
Oh,
today.
but yeah, definitely. There's been a lot of interaction with people after they've seen my sets and stuff. Like
good.
on the street, waiting to get food, and people walk up and yo, I saw you earlier at such and such show, or oh, you at the Wheelhouse, you fucking crushed that shit. I did the worm. I fucked up my knee.
You did the worm on stage?
I did the worm, and I was really upset afterwards because
I haven't seen you do the worm in your.
I was wearing my white shirt and I didn't think about it when I went to do the worm, and then I got up. I was like, my fucking shirt's dirty now. I brushed the dude's hair.
What part of the joke? What's the joke? I don't want to know.
The Wheelhouse. I had to dance throughout my set. So I
haven't seen that set.
No. I had to. That was you spin the wheel, and then you have a rule that you have to do for your entire set.
Oh, I thought it was part of your material.
No.
I never seen you do the thing.
No, because I ain't never done. Because I don't do the fucking worm.
I was about to say you got mad at me. Not mad at me. I was like, I got a face tattoo face painting, and then you telling me now you did the worm on
Yeah,
stage.
well, I did the electric slide
Oh.
because it was like, okay,
Did
you gotta-
anybody follow? Because usually
no. So you have to. I had to dance while doing my set.
Ah, that was the
That was my
the
that was my
handicap.
thing.
Okay.
So so I figured I'll do the electric slide because I can. That's easy, but
Yeah, it doesn't
no,
require
because
much.
you have to keep the beat, and I'm like trying to
Try
tell
do the
jokes. And so I did the electric slide for like 2 minutes, and then somebody yelled, "I'll do the worm," and I was like, "Fuck it." So I did the worm, and then
Did you slam into anything?
I should have just did the robot. Like, why didn't I think of that yesterday? I should have just did the robot.
Yeah,
first.
do stuff you have to stand. Don't
Yeah,
do
well-
stuff. Do a windmill.
Oh no, I hit him with.
Spin on your head.
I
You
hit him
already
with
have the
a
headband.
little. I hit him with a little butterfly.
Oh,
Hit him with the.
you
with
do the
worm.
wop?
No, they wanted me to do the Dougie, and I was like, nigga, I am too old to be Dougieing. And I don't even, and I barely even remember how to do the Dougie. I just remember the hair part, and I don't.
No, and you could have done anything. Nobody would have cared, honestly.
Right.
You could have
Right.
moonwalked, and as in walking backwards, and they'd be like, "Oh, well." If any other five other black people or the black community were like, "This nigga
They
here."
weren't in that room.
Okay, good.
They weren't in that room.
Good.
There
I'm
was,
glad you had no witnesses.
there was one. There was a black chick, but she was with a white guy, so she don't count no more.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
They cancel out.
they cancel out. But no, like
yeah, it would have taken that black card away from you if you couldn't do a
yeah,
moonwalk.
like if this was happening, like I don't know, like anywhere else in Houston, they would have tied me to a fucking
They would
catapult.
grab the cane and just
They
come
would
here,
have they
fool.
would have put me in a catapult and slung me back to Austin. I'm sorry.
Oh man! All right, we got to wrap it up. I want to go. We got to eat and go
Yeah.
back and see how this day goes. It's already 2:15. Anyway, to finish the shout out, I don't have any dope shit. I think everything we talked about was dope. Dope shit is go to skankfest.net/comic and look up all the names on there. If there's someone you don't recognize, please go follow them on Instagram. Go check out their YouTube channel. If they have a special out, go watch it. If they come into your city, go check them out.
If they got a
because-
podcast.
Yeah,
check
the
it out.
podcast, check it out because these are people that we'll be talking about very soon. Because I haven't seen anybody really bomb, really bad.
Yo, let me tell you, like, there's more than one way to support comedy. And
Exactly.
you don't have to. Support doesn't necessarily always come in the form of financial support, but just supporting the shit. Just you may not be able to make it to the shows, but you see they got videos out, like them. They got a podcast, share it.
Share it, yes.
You know, there's other ways to support and whatnot. It's all about building a community, and I believe that this weekend, a community was strengthened through Skankfest.
All right. Thank you so much.
I've been holding in a fart for like 30 minutes.
Don't tell me that. You started sexting, now you're going to fart on my podcast?
I'm just saying.
Your morning voice is gone, by the way.
I know it is.
It's
I told
been
you it was
gone.
gonna happen. I need
It's
you
2
to.
o'clock.
I
It
need
should
you
be
to,
gone by now.
You need to end it so I can let this motherfucker rip.
Yeah, you better stand up first and then go that way. Actually,
You
just
don't own
face
this.
face the.
You don't own
face
this
the
cushion. I'm a fart in this cushion so goddamn hard it's gonna.
All right. Thank you so much.
I'm about to
you
vibrate the pool.
Make sure you follow the feedback. Everyone on social media, all that good stuff.
Follow
Go
me
back
on
to the
Instagram.
archive. Follow Aaron Cheatham.
_ Aaron Cheatham.
Listen to the Gray Area podcast on Hot Pie Media. Thank you so much. Shout out to Skankfest. Shout out to everybody involved. Shout out to the staff, the comics, everybody. We're going to go out and do our last day of this thing. And yeah, thank you for supporting comedy. Thank you for supporting the feedback. And we'll see you next time. Ciao, ciao.